Hey buds, it's wonderful Skiff here. You know, the 2-2 extraordinaire, all that good stuff. I'm not very great at the game, but I like to play it anyway. And today we've got KnucklesUp, number 7 from London, Ontario. How you doing today, man?
Not too bad, bro. Not too bad. I've just been vibing. I'm out here in Canada. It's nice. The weather's good. Can't complain. Life's good.
Good stuff, good stuff. So yeah, for those unaware, KnucklesUp kind of has a bit of a fame on Twitter. Has got some of that Twitter clout with the TikTok game. So if the name sounds familiar, that's why. But yeah, first things first, we're just gonna get right ahead into this, and there we go. That K rule, like I figured was gonna happen.
Dude, honestly though, like this matchup on paper is even, but like I hate it. I suck at it so much.
Oh, you really? Okay, see, I see the same thing, that the matchup's even, but I suck at this matchup too.
Like I think it's like honestly, it's because of revenge. If Incineroar didn't have revenge, this matchup would be so free for K rule. But it's
oh
like
my God,
basically
that is
even.
literally how it is for a few Incineroar's matchups. So I totally get that. Like Snake is 100% that. Oh, a little bit lag. Okay, we're good. Okay, so anyway, first things first, since we're getting into this, I like to know where people get their tags from. KnucklesUp. It seems like it might be straightforward, but, you know, everybody's got their own reasons, so what's yours?
Everyone thinks it's a fight story, and it's not. Like, it's funny because I don't think I've ever, like, publicly said why my tag's the way it is. And, okay, I'll say it here. I think it's funny. So, like, way back in the day, it was my first, like, legit high school party, which was in grade 10, so I was, like, 15-ish. And so this was, like, the first night, like, I've been to parties, but, like, this is the first, like, real one. There's a lot of girls, there was drugs, there was, like, everything in the kitchen sink you could possibly think of was there. Mm-hmm. And so I had a wild night. I like made out with like 3 different girls, which for me, you know, 15 years old was crazy. I got like very drunk. It was a really fun night, and I don't remember a lot of it. Like I forget most of it honestly, but one thing I do remember was, okay, this is a little PG, but I got my first hand job that day. Oh my God. Yeah, and so basically like me and this girl, we go into this closet and like, you know, we do what we gotta do and we come out and good experience all around. I give it a 10 out of 10. It was fun. And so we like emerged from this like bathroom area, and I remember like one of my friends was there and he gave me like the dirtiest look because like he knew what happened. Like we all know what happened. So he looks at me and he's like, yo, so bro, what happened in there? I'm like, you know what happened in there? And then he's like, so did she do it knuckles up? I'm like, what the fuck does that? I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And he goes, bro, did she put them knuckles up? And I'm like, I have no idea what that means. And then after like 3 times of me being like, dude, I have no clue what you're talking about, there was a guy from the other end of the party who was friends with the guy I was talking to, and he was like, wait, are you guys talking about KnucklesUp? And then the other guy was like, yeah, I'm talking about KnucklesUp. So they basically had like a conversation from across the room of the party talking about KnucklesUp, which like I didn't know what it meant, but at the time it like referring to the position of her hand on my dick. So basically, we like these two are going back and forth like, oh, KnucklesUp, and then eventually one other guy from the party too started chanting KnucklesUp, and then the guy next to me like put me on his shoulders, and the whole party started chanting KnucklesUp. So for a full 2 weeks. After that party, everyone called me KnucklesUp. And I don't remember most of that night, but just they started chanting it, and I just got called KnucklesUp for 2 weeks. The weirdest story ever, but honestly, so funny. And I love the name. I stuck with it.
So KnucklesUp is literally just a hand job joke.
Dude, pretty much, yeah. like it's funny too, because like I'm a pretty like big shit talker. Like I come from COD, and like it's basically ruthless there. Like you're expected to trash talk everyone, but in Smash, like everyone's so buddy. And when I started competing in Smash, like everyone thought it was KnucklesUp because like I'm normally really aggressive and like combative when it comes to like shit talking. So people just think I fight people, and I'm like, nah. Just little do you know what it actually means. But yeah, that's the origin story.
Well, that's quite the story. I really was not expecting that, and I'm pretty sure anybody else who's watching this also was not expecting it.
No, it's a fun one for sure.
Okay, well, anyway, so outside of you know, every was it high school movie from like the early 90s and 2000s, we're gonna stop talking about your name for a second. We're actually just gonna kind of get into you as a player. So obviously, like we mentioned earlier, number 7 in London, Ontario, and that's actually quite the scene too. Definitely quite a few good players there. Slime in particular, a very solid player.
I love him. He's one of my best friends in the Smash scene easily. Best Bowser Jr. in Canada for sure.
Definitely one of the best Bowser Jr.'s.
Oh, period. Yeah, he's sick.
No,
and then like the big oh fuck, I didn't have a jump. The big name is Burst for sure. Like Burst has been like on Ontario PR like every single season for Smash Ultimate, and like he's definitely a vet of the scene. Like he's sick as fuck. We got a lot of good talent.
No, for sure. Cause I think Raycom is in that area too, right?
No, Raycom is in Toronto, which is close by, but like we kind of all each other. Like Ontario, in my opinion, is super slept on, because we have like Toronto is easily one of the best sub-regions in the world, in my opinion, and then you have like Durham and London, which are like the two kind of like bigger name cities that is in Toronto, and they have a lot of good players as well. Like Toronto goes pretty deep.
No, for sure. Yeah, no, because I remember the first time I found out about Slime. I was doing commentary for one of the recent Wi-Fi tournaments. I forgot what it was exactly. And I remember because I saw London and I was like, he's from England? Like, what the hell? And then everyone's just kind of like, no, Canada, man. I'm like, what the hell? There's a London, Canada.
Yeah, it's like just like 2 hours west of Toronto. So it's like it's in Ontario, and it's not like the biggest city in the world, but like if I'm being frank, I think we're better than London. Like the actual like real London, England, London. I think our region is better. I'm not even joking.
So there's Smash London and actual. No, I messed up.
Oh, tragic. Tragic.
All right, so good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, so going on that, obviously number 7 in London, Ontario, really solid scene. So the first thing I like to kind of get into here is being number 7 in what? It's a 10-person PR.
Yeah, it's 10-person PR, 2 HMs, and 1 hidden boss.
Okay. So from there, I like to try to figure out what results you're proud of. Like this could be online, offline, whatever. I'm not sure if you've been as active in the online scene as other people have been. Like, you know, for instance, Slime. I see Slime everywhere. But yeah, any results that you're proud of, at least while, you know, playing Smash Bros. Competitively this far?
So okay, for the longest time I was like a shitty 0-2 or 1-2er, so like I at first didn't have any big results or wins or anything like that, and then Ultimate hit and I got a lot better at this game. And so I would say like my biggest win is definitely Tamim, formerly known as Mistake. Like he's one of the best Bayos in the world and was like top 10 in Smash 4. So like at a monthly, it was a Toronto monthly called Revenge of the Six. Like that's the monthly series in Toronto. And so him and I had played at the previous monthly, and I had lost 2-0, but each game was like last hit. And I remember like on the carpool over to the event, I was straight up like, I looked at my boys in the carpool and I'm like, guys, like I'm not lying, I'm gonna beat Tamim today. And they were all like, no, you're not, bro. You're not gonna beat Tamim. And I was like, no, straight up, I'm gonna do it. Like I know no one in our region has beaten him, but like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be the first one today. And so everyone doubted me, and I'm like, bro, let me tell you, it's gonna happen. And then I played him. Tamim slaughtered me game 1. Slaughtered me. It was not close at all. He 3-stocked me in under a minute. And during that game, I remember because like it was so funny because when Tamim was playing me, he was actually still in doubles bracket because it was like a pool set that him and I had to play in. And he looks at me before the set and he's like, okay, can we make this quick? Because like I still have to play doubles. And I was like, oh yeah, no problem. Like I'll end you pretty quickly. And like I remember looking at him after game 1 and being like, oh, you were kidding when you wanted to go quick. Like he literally 3-stocked me in a minute. It was ridiculous. So that was funny as hell. But then I remember like game 2 I turned it up, and then game 3 I ended up 3-stocking him. Like I brought it right back, which I really was not expecting. Like I thought I was gonna win. I just didn't think it was gonna be by that margin. So that's probably like my best win ever. If we're talking like raw skill. My best result, I came 5th at a Toronto monthly called Revenge of the Six. Which one was it? January, I think. That one was... I had to do it. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
It's okay. I'm being aggressive.
The January one was... It was interesting because like I didn't... Oh, fuck. I'm so dead to this.
Oh, I'm coming for your ass.
So I played at that monthly, and I initially had a solid pools run. So like I made it out of pools, and then I was predicted to lose 5 losers matches in a row, and I won every single one of them. And then I made it to Jams, who's a Rob main. He's on the HM, I believe, in our province PR. And so he played me game 1 in losers quarters, and I lost that set 3-1, but like that was probably my best tournament ever because not only did I make it to top 6 at a Toronto monthly, which is like huge. Like Toronto monthlies are always super stacked. Yeah. So I was like really happy that I made it that far. But not only that, like game 1, I like Twitter clipped the absolute hell out of him because I up B killed him with K Rule 2 times at 0 in like a 6-second span. So I ended up on like a bunch of compilations. So like that was like icing on the cake. Like I finished 6th at that monthly and then took some nice wins and also got like on all the compilations. So like that was probably some of the best stuff I've done. But then like I like also like at weeklies, I've come 4th like a shit ton of times. I've come 3rd once like at weeklies. Like but like weeklies are weeklies, right? Like monthlies are really what we play for.
Yeah, no, for sure. I totally get that. That's the same way it is up here in North Dakota as well. Or I guess down here, at least compared to you. But yeah, no, I totally get that. Monthlies are definitely where it's at. I mean, because like what for us, like weeklies, like some people, like a lot of our PR people like to kind of mess around on those events because you know it's usually not all the big names there and stuff like that. So
yeah, it's your chance to screw around. Yeah.
Is Tamim still
Test the
active? By the way, I know Tamim took a break for a bit.
So Tamim is like, Tamim's a wild card. I don't know what that guy does anymore. Cause like he'll play the game, and then like he'll like win monthlies, and then he'll like take a break for like 2 weeks, and then he'll go 0-2, and then he'll come back and like win another monthly, and then like leave for 3 months. Like at the start of Ultimate, I think he like basically quit, but like not really. So he kind of quit, and then after he like came back for a bit, and now I would say he's like, I'd say it's pretty confident saying he's like back. Like it's hard to tell though because Tamim's a wild card. He's gonna do what Tamim does.
For sure,
so,
for sure.
You never know.
Oh, okay. This is this is so impressive. I hate this matchup so much. You have no idea how much I hate facing K rules.
No, it's the same thing for me. Like Incineroar down tilt drives me absolutely crazy, and like getting up air strength like is so frustrating. And then like I was playing Incineroar online the other day, and I literally could not believe it. Like I got revenge like 3 times in a row with Crown, and I was like, fuck. And then he did one side B to me, and killed me at like 0. Did 90 damage. I like literally couldn't believe it.
That'll do it. So yeah, anyway, so yeah, definitely some really good results there. Obviously, Tamim is no slouch of a player. Everyone's pretty aware of who he is. But like from there, like let's talk about like your gameplay and stuff like that. So obviously taking a game off from Tamim or a set, I mean, in general is really, really good. But like the gameplay you have to be able to incorporate into that type of, you know, win obviously has to be really solid, really pristine. So let's talk about the gameplay again. I don't know, I'm kind of rambling here, my bad. So yeah, first things first, you're a K rule main, right?
Yes, sir.
Already a bit of a disadvantage in some instances, some cases. You know, other people, you know, are really conflicted about K Rool. They obviously just want him nerfed into the ground because he does get pretty annoying to fight sometimes. I totally get that. But it seems like you've stuck with this character. So
okay, because I in Smash 4, I wouldn't say I had a character crisis, but like I kind of flipped mains for every year. Like basically every year I had a new main. Like, and then at the oh that sucks. At the end of the game, I was basically a Mario main, and then like in the last month I kind of like dual named Mario and Sonic. I know people hate Sonic. I've always enjoyed playing as him, and then also too like Mario was super fun because like I just fell in love with his forward air. Like everyone who plays Mario did, so like that's why I picked him up back in Smash 4. But like so they announcing everything for Ultimate, and I remember like I always wanted King K. Rool. Like growing up, I played all the DKC games and I loved them. And like DKC 2 is my favorite for sure. And King K. Rool, along with Prophet from COD Black Ops 3, are my 2 favorite video game characters like ever. So like the moment he was released, like I always said, I was like, if they release K. Rool into Smash, like I'm gonna play him. I don't care how bad he is. I'm gonna do it. I'm so fucked.
So I get in here.
I was like, okay, I'm playing him regardless of like whether or not he's good or bad. And so he turned out to suck at the start of the game. Like everyone thought he was broken because it was like Little Mac at the start of Smash 4. Like people were like, oh, he has armor, he's fucked. So no one actually was like, oh, he's trash or anything like that. And then, you know, everyone played the game for a month and realized he sucks. So what happened was I was really discouraged at the start of the game because like I was blaming all my losses on K. Rool, and then the moment I realized that I just suck was the moment I started playing good. Like I was like, oh, I'm just trash at this game. It's not K. Rool, it's me. And then I like, because I kind of at the start of the game like dual mained him and Lucina because I just found Lucina fun, and she was a top tier, so that helped my spread. But like I completely, there was one day like I just completely flipped. I completely dropped Lucina. I said I'm only manning K. Rool. I don't care like who the opponent is playing. I'm only gonna play K. Rool in every single matchup, and that's what I did. And then like from there, I just like started getting really good at this game. Woo! I love doing that. Don't come out. Don't challenge me.
No, I'm gonna go out there. So yeah, anyway, so like going from there, let's. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But yeah, like I want to get into the whole gameplay style. So obviously, like my first thing I like to know is, especially because if you go to majors, you're always going to play against someone that you're not familiar with. It's just a matter of fact. So when you're going into a game with someone that you don't know their plays or anything like that, what is your game plan going in? Like, what are you trying to incorporate? What are you trying to get them to do?
It depends, like 90% on the opponent's character. Like play style varies from person to person, obviously, but like I wouldn't say I don't play like flowcharty. I kind of play like just how I feel, but more or less like my kind of gameplay as K. Rool is a lot of like, I kind of wait for you to fuck up and then I punish it. You're so lucky.
Yeah, I
am. Basically, I like the way I play is kind of like a little more conservative at the start, and then the moment I get in, like I do my damage, and then I back up, and then I repeat. Like that's kind of how I think K. Rool should be played. He's a very like strong character when he gets in. Oh, you laid it. You're smart. He's a very strong character when he's in. He does have trouble getting in though, so it depends a lot on the matchup for me. But I'd say like I'm more defensive until I get my chances. But like as a K. Rool though, like I'd say I'm known for most like my down tilt or my blunderbuss. Like I think that down tilt for K. Rool is the most underrated move in his kit, and I think that people think it's bad even though they don't play the character. Like I made a whole Twitter video about it recently about like why this move is so good. Yeah. And I'd say it's probably my favorite move in his kit, but like that's like my whole game plan is sort of like defensive, and then like when I'm in on you, like then I'm gonna style on you. Like that's kind of how I play. I play like for K. Rool, I think I play flashy. Like people say I'm lame, but I think I'm flashy because K. Rool is not super flashy as a character. But I think
for sure. Because there's one guy. Because when I do commentary for the Juice Box pretty often. I think last week we had this guy named Kopla. I wasn't expecting K. Rool to make a top 8 in one of those tournaments ever, and this guy just came out like flying. He was on fire the entire time. So no, and he did some pretty flashy stuff too. So I'm with you, man. I know K. Rool can be flashy. So I don't doubt you when you say that.
I'm glad you know. There are a bunch of people who like just sleep on him because he's like quote unquote bad, but like you know you get K. Rool's got some sauce.
He does, no, for sure. Sometimes it requires a little bit of setup.
Oh, you were not supposed to revenge through that. I would have killed your ass. Damn it.
You're so greedy. Some shit.
What are you doing out there?
You know, I'm just trying some things. You know, trying to have a good time.
Fair enough.
Okay. So yeah, so obviously, the way I'm hearing it, it's almost like you're playing K. Rool. Like obviously, getting in is a really big deal, but it's also like you start off playing like a zoner. Is that a fair take?
I would say so. Like I don't know what I'd call my playstyle, but I think like partial zoner would be correct. Like it's a mix of both. Oh, sorry for the Wi-Fi, by the way. It's totally me, 100%
okay.
me.
I mean, that's fine.
Like it's normally pretty good, but because I'm doing a recording, I had to go to my upstairs like area of my house because I live in a family of 8 people. So like anytime I try and do anything when it comes to recording stuff or like anything that has to deal with like some sort of silence for the sake of other people, I like can't do it just because my family's like, hey, do you want dinner? I'm like, Ma, I love you. I love you so much and your food's amazing. I'm just really working on something right now. So I gotta go upstairs, so I'm not laying right now, which is a shame, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. It's not a huge deal. I'm more just here about talking and trying to get to know the player in general.
Exactly.
But yeah, like definitely what you said, a partial zoner I think is a really good way to explain it. Because obviously you're not going to zone the entire time, but like obviously Cannonball, Crown being such good options and stuff like that, especially with these recent buffs, Crown is just ridiculous.
Oh, it's stupid. I lived Snake Nikita the other day at 130. Like I literally, that move should kill K. Rool at like 10, and it killed me. It didn't even make me flinch at 130. Like I was dumbfounded. Couldn't believe it. Like honestly, if I'm being frank, he did not need buffs. He really didn't. Like. He needed the first buff he got from like the patch before, where I think it was the one where Banjo came out around there, or no, yeah, it was Banjo. It wasn't Terry. It was Banjo, and like K. Rool was like kind of considered one of the worst in the game, like bottom 5 easily. Everyone hated him, and then they buffed like 8 of his moves, and he became like super good. Oh, there you go. So yeah, he became like really good after that buff. But honestly, like they buffed all these things that didn't really need buffs. Oh, you did it again, Dick!
I might kill you right here. I'm just saying.
I know. I'm waiting for the side B. Ah!
Yeah, it's definitely there. It just took 10 years to come out.
Welcome to Ultimate. It's funny too because like I can play. Oh, there we go. There we go. I can play like other video games like without these problems, not on LAN, and then like Smash Bros is just
Nintendo
trash.
servers, man.
It's
happens.
awful.
I mean,
I know.
regardless, it's not a huge deal. It's not like we're in a bracket or anything like that. So.
Oh yeah, we'd have problems if we were in a tournament right now. Yeah.
So moving forward, I really like the way that you explain K. Rool because I agree that's the way like a good K. Rool should be played. Obviously, once you get in, there's just so much damage that K. Rool can do. But moving from there, I kind of want to get more into like the weaknesses of a player. Like obviously, we're aware of what K. Rool's weaknesses are. It's pretty glaring. He's a big character. He's combo food. Recovery could be gimpable depending on what character you are. But you as a player, what do you think your weaknesses are? Like especially like in a bracket setting. Like what gets you most frustrated and just what do you struggle with in general?
I think honestly, it's less about me and more about like the kind of the mood I'm in versus my opponent. Like, I play a lot off my emotion, but like more so than that, like if I'm playing a character that I don't like playing against, like I feel like I'll play worse. Just because, it could be like a great example is like Ken or Ryu. Like, I think Ken and Ryu are actually even with K. Rool, but I personally can't stand the matchup, and I'm just trash at it. So, like, I will, like, lose to a Shoto player, like, 9 times out of 10 who, like, shouldn't be beating me just because I can't stand playing against Ken. Like, something like that, right? Like, that's most of the time. I'd say for me personally, like, I think I do a lot of the same things in disadvantage, and I'm like I notice it and I'm working on it, so I'm trying my best to like improve my disadvantage because I think right now my advantage state is like the best it's ever been. Like I know how K. Rool's moves work with each other, and I'm really confident when it comes to like using moves like down tilt, especially using my specials, using his normals. Like I know what I'm doing now, but it's like when I'm not in the driver's seat, like that I think is the hardest part about Smash Bros, and it's still something that I'm learning, like how to get better when I'm not the one in control of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd say my biggest weakness in my game is probably my disadvantage, but then like from like an actual like competitor standpoint, like it depends heavily on who I'm playing and like the character they play.
Yeah. No, I can see that. I'm definitely one that struggles with certain characters too. K. Rool being one of them, man. Like I see a K. Rool, and even though I'm like, you know, I could probably be a better player than who I'm facing off against. It's just like I think it's like my play style in general. Like I just see K. Rool, I'm just like I can combo this guy, and then it's like, oh wait, I can't combo this guy because he's stopping everything I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly. It's a weird matchup for sure, this one. But there's a ton of characters like that. I know for a bunch of people, like it could be like an even matchup on paper, but like people just personally hate it. It just depends on the person.
Yeah. One of the best players I actually know, I play games with her pretty often. She can't stand Kirby.
Oh, neither can I, honestly. I hate Kirby with like a burning passion. Kirby just drives me off the wall, dude.
Yeah.
Like, actually, for me, that character is Sheik, 100%. I want to throw Sheik off of a rooftop. Like, that character makes me so mad because, like, I'll play against the Sheik main, and the Sheik will literally, like, keep me in disadvantage for a full 2 minutes. Like, they'll up tilt string me across the entire stage and forward air me to death, but, like, I'm not even dead. I'm at, like, 20%. We just spent 2 minutes of a match. Like, the Sheik literally did 20 damage on me, and we spent half, like, the entire length of the match just going from one side of Kalos to the other, and nothing happened. Like, it drives me crazy, and and then the Sheik mains talk about Sheik, and it makes me want to hit them. Like, I get so mad. I'm like, your character's not cool. I don't like her at all, and everyone thinks she's hype, and I'm the only one who thinks she isn't, and it just drives me crazy. I'm, like, the only one with that opinion, and I wish more people hated Sheik. We need some Sheik hate.
I feel that. I guess like if it wasn't like if Sheik wasn't like as decent as they are right now, I would hate Sheik some more because obviously the combos are pretty rough. But like I don't know, I feel like Sheik could do with some buffs. That's just me.
Oh no, I see. I agree for that. I don't think she's a very good character. Like I actually think K. Rool beats her, which is a weird thing to say because like on paper, a character like Sheik should absolutely demolish a character like K. Rool, but it's like. She's just not good at all. So, like, yes, does she deserve buffs? Sure, but also, like, I could not live with myself if the Sheik community got buffs. Oh my god, they would be so annoying. Like, as someone who competed in Smash 4, nothing made me more mad than running into a Sheik in bracket. And, like, I just wanted to, like, quit the game every time I had to fight a Sheik main. So, like, for me, like, if their character goes back to, like, Smash 4 glory, I might quit the game.
I guess I could see that. So
it was
yeah.
brutal.
Moving forward from there, obviously we went over your strengths and your weaknesses, right? Let's go over your like where you think your current skill level is and stuff like that. So obviously we know you're number 7 in London, Ontario. Nothing to scoff at, but like compared to like the rest of your peers, maybe even on a global level.
That kill? Sorry for interrupting you.
No, you're good. You're good.
That was whack. Okay, I did not think that was gonna kill. Sorry, that just caught me so off guard. Okay, sorry. Continue.
Cinnabar's up air is kind of weird.
Jump?
No. You know, I just
it.
watched this video today about panic jumping.
Bro, I do that to everyone at least once. And, like when I do it at lands, I'll look at the mid bracket and say, "Don't jump." Nothing tilts people more. I'm such a dick, but like, you know, it's K rule.
Sometimes people gotta learn. Sometimes people gotta learn.
Okay, sorry. What was your question? I was very distracted.
Yeah, your skill level. Where do you think you are, at least within your community? Obviously, we know number 7, but like even on like a global scale, like where do you think you stand? And like from there, where do you want to be? Like at least by the end of Ultimate's lifespan.
Okay, like I would say, okay, if we're talking London, like yes, I'm ranked 7. On paper, in my humble opinion, I should have been 6. And someone else in my community DM'd me and was like, maybe you should be 5 after the PR was revealed. And I was like, frankly, yeah. Like, I think my PR placement was a little low, but also like I'm not on the panel. I can't complain. Like they make the decisions. So, you know, it is what it is. And I'll just try to grind harder for next season. But like, so in my opinion, like in London, I should have been higher this season. But even that said, like, I think on a good day, if I'm playing like at my best, I'm definitely not better than Burst and I'm definitely not better than Slime as like a whole. But like, I could easily be top 3 in London if I was just a little bit more consistent. Because I think the problem is like, I have good peaks. I just have like really, I like my lows are bad. That's my issue. Like I lose to people I know I shouldn't be losing to sometimes, and that's the biggest issue with me. Otherwise, I think I'm sick as fuck at this game.
Alright.
Oh no, I missed it up. But yeah, in London, like on my best days, I'm like top 3 for sure. And then if we're talking like Canada, like. So I'm considered the 2nd best K rule in Canada. Like people think Chad's the best, and that's because we money matched him and I, and he won 5-4. It was like super close. And so people think Chad's the best. If I'm being frank, I think that he's insane. So this is not to diss Chad. I just think my last season before Corona was better than his. Yeah. So if we're going season by season, I think I had a better last season than he did. That said, in general, Chad's a beast. Like I think it's really even between the two of us. So like my desire is to be considered point blank the number 1. Like I think there's an argument to be made for either of us, and I would say most people think it's Chad, which is valid. Like Chad's really good, but I want to be like not even close. I want people to be like, okay, it's KU, like no cap, 100%. Like if anyone says KU, they're wrong. Or sorry, if anyone doesn't say KU, they're wrong. Like that's kind of what I want in my head. And then I'm already considered by a lot of the K rules to be like a top K rule, which is a good feeling, but like I don't feel I have the results to really back that up, like globally speaking. Like I went 6-2 at Frostbite, which is like that's good, right? Like for a super major, that's pretty good.
Yeah, especially
it's
for
just
like, you know, a lower tier character at the time.
Exactly. Like I want to get to a point though where I'm going like maybe like 8-2, 9-2. Like I don't even want to win a super major. I just want to come top 8. Like I want to come top 8 and be like, all right, look what K-Rool can do. Here's how sick I am. Like don't fucking doubt me. That's what I want to do. Like it's I don't really care about PGR because I don't like the skill level on PGR is just so immensely different compared to everywhere else. Oh, yeah. Like for me to get the PGR where I'm at right now, like I would need to make drastic changes. I probably need to drop this character if I'm being honest. Like for sure. So like PGR is not on my radar. I just want to be considered point blank best K rule in Canada and also top K rule in the world. And I one day want to get like probably number 1 goal is to get like top 8, top 12 at a super major.
Okay. I think for a lot of like better players, I think those are reasonable. Sometimes like like you mentioned, maybe you have to change up your character. Maybe you just have to be on a really good day. But yeah, no, I think those are the top 8 might be a little not as humble, but for the most part, I think those are pretty humble goals.
Oh, it's definitely not. But I'm also not a humble person in the slightest. Like I am the cockiest person I know, 100%. So like, if anyone's overestimating shit, it's 100% gonna be me.
And that's okay sometimes. It's okay to have an ego. That's definitely what I am, man. I am not even ranked in North Dakota. North Dakota scene's pretty okay. However, commentary-wise, I am the guy in North Dakota. No one else is better than me. So, like,
God.
So I at least have that going for me. But yeah, no. Definitely good stuff though. But yeah, no, I do want to add into that. Like, obviously, like I can kind of see where you're coming from, where you don't think that they're the best K rule. I hate I hate when people have the mentality that, hey, if we did a ditto, right, with our characters and I beat you, I'm the better person with this character. That doesn't mean shit. That just means you're the better of the matchup.
So that's not even the thing. Like, to be frank, I think I'm better than Chad at the Ditto, even though he beat me because of the fact that I let him go to Yoshi's, which is my worst stage. I just forgot to ban it because, like, I've been banning it the whole set, and I was like, okay, I keep banning it, he's not gonna pick it, and like my dumbass, like, let him go to one of his better stages and one of my worst. So like that's one thing. So I do think I'm better at the Ditto, or at least like a really good K rule at the Ditto. Chad, to be 100% frank, had better results than me prior to that Ditto. So like if we're talking like just solely on results, in 2019, I think Chad was the best K rule in Canada. So far this year, though, I think my results on land were better than his. So, like, we flip-flop back and forth for sure. Like, he's sick, no doubt. And, like, even the Ditto, like, yeah, if we're not counting the Ditto, I still think he had a better 2019 than I did. But, like, that said, like, my first season was sick. But he's awesome, man. I love the K rule community. Like, they're all great.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. So definitely good stuff there. So yeah, I think that really covered a lot, at least in the Smash portion. You know, we went over your strengths and your weaknesses and stuff like that. Oh, and you know, some of your results as well. Which, I mean, a lot of them, again, to me, that's huge. That's a big win. But from there, let's get to more of you as a person. So obviously, one of your claims to fame is you are the TikTok guy for Smash Bros, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
I remember I definitely have seen your TikToks around before, but I think the one that got me to follow you was when you did the what one was it? It was the 2-tour one. And that was a big one for you.
I got 250,000 views.
Yeah.
On that.
That one,
like,
that blew up on Twitter. Everybody's sharing it.
Oh my god, I thought it was so tame because the reason why I made that TikTok is because like I'll go to lands, right? And like people will sit down next to me and be like, "Oh, what's the frame data on K rule up tilt?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking know." Like, how the hell am like for the first reason? Okay, I know a lot of people like frame data and a lot of people don't. For me personally, I have a lot of trouble with like numerical learning information. So in my head, every time I go to a tournament and like look at frame data and stuff like that, I don't see it as a number. I see it as fast, very fast, slow, very slow, or like medium. Like that's how I kind of categorize it in my head. And I just know that for every character's like every move. Like I could never tell you any of the numbers that K rule has on his moves, but I know for a fact like how fast each one of them comes out, like roughly speaking. So like for me, that's just how I learn, right? And so every time I go to a tournament, like people will ask me, and I'm like, dude, I have no idea. But like obviously, I've never been to a tournament and someone's asked me a question about frame data, and I've been like, oh fuck off, you 2-tour. Like I've never done that before, never will I too. So it's like that whole TikTok blew up for like negative reasons, and like I don't think it should have really, but like obviously I can't control how people react to stuff once it's out in the public. So, but I mean, hey, still funny to get 250,000 views on like a joke TikTok.
No, yeah. I was all for it because I am like a general 2-tour, right? But I try not to ask those questions because like I can just go research that shit. I don't got to be bothering somebody who
exactly, that's the
just
thing. Like I get it if like someone was like, oh, like can you explain to me like how I deal with K rules up B at ledge? Like I'd be happy to tell them, but it's like I could not for my life tell you that information that you could easily just look up online. Like it's a lot different. Oh, you're sick. I'm 6'4". Oh my god, I'm insane at this game.
Shit.
Yeah, click that. Oh, I'm nasty. Okay, so it's like I'm not wanting to tell people that information because honestly, I'll be wrong. Like if someone asks me about frame data, I'm not going to give it to them because I'm just not going to know the answer, right? But if they want to know like matchup specific things, I'm always happy to help too. And like even in my scene, like it's funny because people hate me until they meet me, which is like it's so true, but people do like because I shit talk a lot at tournaments, and like I've gotten into like a ton of Twitter beefs in my region over like nonsense, just like shit talking people, right? No, so people don't like me until they meet me. But like as far as like my region goes, like I'm easily one of the most like approachable people in the room. And like I like talking to people who are like better skill level than me, worse skill level than me. Like it's a fun region, right? And I'm never ever gonna tell someone like, oh, like F off, like you don't know the frame data, like you're such a nerd, like you're awful at this game. That should not have worked. If I'm being honest, that should not have worked. That was so stupid. That whole game was stupid. I'm still gonna clip that when I inevitably give you a retweet to go tell people to watch this video. I'm gonna post that clip.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, no, I totally get that, man. Like, for the most part, like I know some frame data just because like it's mostly just for like Incineroar's like really quick moves. Like for instance, Darkest Lair, it's like frame 4, frame 5 or whatever. And then like I forget what some of the other ones are. Like I try not to pay attention to it too much. Is basically what I'm getting at.
Right. No, I get that.
But I get what you're saying, man. But even then, like, just saying very fast and like very slow is also just kind of really good to do in general. Like, that's like one of the things I've seen people do when they're trying to do commentary. They're like, oh, this is framed, this, that, and another. Like, dude, who cares? Like, you're probably gonna be wrong. And then I think it was Seagull Joe who said that shit too. He's like, don't talk about frame data. No, it wasn't Seagull Joe. I forgot who it was, but they were like, yeah, don't talk about frame data. Like, you're probably gonna be wrong. Someone's gonna call you out, and it's just gonna make you. It's just gonna cause like a bunch of nonsense you just don't need to do.
Yeah, 100%. Don't shield. Okay, good.
I wanted the shield.
No, bro, if you shielded there, I would have broke your shit, and then I would have clipped you again.
I mean, the whole point is for me to get clipped a bunch of times, because, so the whole point of this is just like, hey, first of all, I just like talking to people, right? I love talking to people, I love Smash Bros, just because it kind of combines those things together for me. The other side of it is, I feel like I'm at least a decent or above average Smash Bros player. So if I'm struggling against certain people, then I think other people who are like possibly watching this should also be like, hey, I might also struggle against this person. Exactly. That's the way I see it.
No, yeah, your Incin's pretty solid for sure. I haven't gotten like a ton of like insane Incin practice. Like, I know there are definitely some good ones around the world, but like, most of the Incineroars I've played in bracket have been either like people's secondaries or just like honestly like side brackets. Like, not a lot of people play this character, which is kind of sad. I think he's pretty fun.
Oh, he's super fun. Like, so I was playing Rob originally, so that just goes to show like how much like I've dropped just to have more fun with a character, and that's definitely how I feel with Incin.
Well, that's good though. Like, that's how I see it. Like, honestly, if you're playing a character you don't like, then like don't play them. Like, that's a big thing I found out. Like, a lot of people come to me and ask me like who they should pick up for their secondaries or their primaries, and I'm like, I honestly, I'm not gonna tell you. Like, you figure that shit out for yourself, because like I'm not gonna tell you to go pick up a top tier that you're gonna hate and you're gonna have no motivation to play this game. Like, K. Rool's ass. That's what a lot of people think. Like, I think he's mid-tier, but like, even if you think he's trash, right? Like, let's just say for argument's sake, K. Rool's a bottom 5 character. Like, I could care less because I have more fun with him than any other character in the game. Like, I even posted, because I was getting so frustrated the other day, because I was on Elite. I was trying to get Yoshi into Elite. I only have like 10 characters left, and all the characters I have left I hate. And so I was getting Yoshi or Zelda or someone like that. Like, I got both of them in yesterday, but I hate them both. And so I was trying to use them online, and I was just getting so frustrated and so mad. And then I was like, all right, I need to relax for a sec. Like, I picked K. Rool, and I like 3-stocked this Min with like a sick clip. And I was like, honestly, like, if he wasn't in the game, like, I don't know what I'd do. Because for real, I have so much more fun with him than every other character in the game. Like, it's not even close to.
No, I get that. Like, that's another thing I think that's a really important part of that is like, if you're in tournament but you're playing a character that you're having fun with, even if you don't do well, you come out of that tournament feeling a lot better about yourself than playing a character who's really good but you don't have as much fun with.
Right. No, I fully agree. Ooh. Oh, I hate you. Stop getting it.
No, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, you just do the vacuum on your blunderbuss, and I just have to deal with it afterwards. Oh, no, I wanted that one. That's fine. They're 20%. So, yeah. So, moving on from there, let's talk about the TikToks again. So, we kind of got really sidetracked there.
No,
it's fine. It's fine. That's what I like, man. I'm here for conversations and just letting players be themselves. But, yeah, going back to the TikToks, obviously it's a really big part because we were talking about the 2-tour thing. That's how it got started. So, like, I followed the 2-tour one, and I saw the outrage, and I think it was just because there was nothing really going on in the Smash community at that point in time, and people just needed something to be mad about. Dude, I think that's just why it took off.
Smash should just look for drama wherever they can find it.
They do.
Like, they don't even need like fuel. You could give them anything and they would make a big deal out of it. It's so funny. But you're right for sure. Like, people were so pissy over that.
Yeah. But like, what's the one that I saw recently? It was the one I saw. One of your recent ones. Oh, dude, that killed me. Is the squad when the squad shows up.
Oh, was that the crew battle?
Yeah, the crew battle one. Yeah. 100%. Like, me and my friends, we were going over that. I am 100% the worst on the team, but talks the best shit.
Absolutely. It's funny. Like, I'm like a dual mix of that because like normally I play for my school team actually. Like, I'm part of CSL, which is like Collegiate Star League. So that's the league that does all the university tournaments. And so there's like a crew battle scene for that. And Western University in London, like, we're super good. And so I'm the captain of that team. I'm definitely not the best player, but I'm just the guy who like assigns all the roles and shit and like tells people like where they're playing in bracket. And it's a super fun experience, but like, oh my gosh, like we have a DK main on our team who will like, I love him so much. His name is Luke. but like he will either like literally get 3-stocked or like beat their entire team by himself. Like there's no in between. And then we have like Logan, who's like awful, but he just like smack talks everyone. Like I get 90% of these ideas just by going to tournaments and stuff like that, and then I make a TikTok about them. Like, yeah, it's so fun.
So yeah, but like, so how did the whole TikTok thing start? Like obviously TikTok's kind of really popular and stuff like that, but like you kind of really cemented yourself as the Smash Bros TikTok. Like, so like, how did it start? Like when do you feel like you really were starting to make progress with that and you know, it's kind of build a name for yourself?
So it started because let me preface by saying for the longest time I've never wanted to get TikTok, because when it first came out I thought it was the cringiest, stupidest crap ever. Like I'd watch TikTok videos of people like lip syncing songs and I was like, this is so dumb, this is so stupid. Like I don't want to end up on some like cringe compilation on YouTube with like 1 million views down the road. So like I'm never ever gonna watch or never gonna make TikToks, right? And like even like my ex-girlfriend, like she kept being like, oh, like get TikTok. And I'm like, I'm not getting fucking TikTok. Like so the initial reason why I got it was because I host the Southwestern Ontario Wi-Fi tournaments. So there's 3 Wi-Fi series that we have going on for just the players in our region, and so I host one of them. And as a reward for like the 5th tournament I ran, I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have prizes for this one just to make it more fun. So like first place got like $50, and then there was like an Uber Eats gift card for like second. Like everyone in top 8 got something special. Oh, I fucked it up. So everyone in top 8 got something. Everyone in top 8 got something special, and then I was like, all right, fuck it. Like there's like something like 40 people playing in this tournament. I might as well add more prizes because why not? And so I said for everyone who comes in top 12, I'm gonna give you a 5-second video where you can literally, I'll do whatever you want as long as I'm not gonna lose my sponsorship. But I'll do literally whatever you guys want me to do for 5 seconds in like a little video format. And so there's a guy in my scene named Cole. He's like 15, such a good kid. I love the guy, and he messages me because I hate him for this, but it kind of helped like jumpstart the whole TikTok thing, because he came in. Like he was in losers, like I don't know what round it is, but he was like cemented to come in tied for 9th place, right? Yeah. So he was supposed to play his losers round, and then he DQ'd himself so he could get that prize, because he didn't want any of the top 8 prizes. He wanted the video prize. So I was like, okay, that's so random that you would just like opt out of the better prizes for like a 5-second video. And he was like, no, you're gonna find it funny. So he texted me, and my first ever TikTok, which is still up there, he wanted me to do a POV shot of me pretending to do K. Rool down smash. So basically, I had to go on. I went on TikTok. That's why I downloaded it, because I wanted like a little app that I could put together in like 5 seconds. Because I was like, okay, it's a 5-second video. There is no way in hell that I am going to open up Final Cut Pro just so I can amuse like someone in my region for 5 fucking seconds. Like there's no way I'm putting that much effort into this. So I downloaded TikTok so I could edit the video. And then like at the time I had something like 400 followers on Twitter, and it got like, I don't know, like 60 likes, which for me at that time was like pretty big, because like normally my tweets would get like 5 likes if they were just like random shit, but like people found it really funny, right? Nice. Oh, worth it. And so I uploaded this video where like I pretended to like use blunderbuss by like using a vacuum. It said like POV, you're at ledge versus K. Rool and you just got up attack or something like that. Yeah. And I used blunderbuss, and then I like literally did like a full swan dive onto my floor. It hurt so much, but it's so funny. So that one was hilarious to make. But then like I thought of ideas, because like I finished that and I actually had fun making it. And then after I made it, I was like, all right, like what else can I do? And I was on the For You page for TikTok, which is like basically the homepage. It's like your feed. So like when you're on Twitter, you're just scrolling. It's the same thing. And so I listened to this sound, which was the song. What song is it? It was like this like fucking techno song called like Ride It, and it was like really vibey but also kind of like sad. And for some reason in my brain I instantly thought like, okay, 1-2ers. And I don't know why I thought that, but like in my head I was like, oh, like 1-2ers just get sad for no reason all the time. So like I like downloaded the song on TikTok, and then I made a video like, oh, like 1-2ers be like, and then like that got like 120 likes. I was like, okay, wait, this is actually like kind of taken off. Like people actually like them. I'm gonna keep making them. So I kept making them, and the one that really blew up, like the first one to actually like go like big for me at that time, was I made a video called Stereotypes of People at Weeklies Part 1, and it was like the guy who's like sponsored by the local college but always goes like 1-2.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that one.
a quiet 3-2, or like I did like 4 like poses and whatever, and like put it to a song, and people fucking loved it. And then they were tagging their friends, and they were like, "Oh, dude, this guy the quiet 3-2er, that's so you." And I was like, "Okay, this is so random that like literally 2,000 people watched this video, and then wanted to see it again." So like at that point, I realized like, okay, I'm getting traction off of these videos. Like I may as well just keep making them.
Yeah.
So then I just like vowed to myself like, all right, just upload 1 a day at 4 p.m. every single day, and like just try to be funny. That's it. So like. That was kind of like the first big one, was the Stereotypes at Weeklies one. And then the first, like, I would say like major one was the how people handle set losses, because that one got a retweet from Esam, which I was not expecting. And then Esam made that blow up. So like that one got like 5,000 likes or something like that. So it was, yeah, it's just been crazy, like going from like 400 followers to, you know, almost 3,000 now in such a short amount of time. Like, this has got to be easily one of the fastest growths I've seen in the Smash community for sure. And it's pretty cool that's happening to me, too.
Yeah. I wouldn't say my growth is is that crazy. Like, I get like, I think the most views I got right now is 140 something on like Raven King's video, which is, I mean, that's still a lot for me. Like, I still appreciate it. Were you finally on the board? We're on the board, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, I wasn't trying on that one. Everyone gets one.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. I mean, like, what is it? I did the video with Sharp. I took like the first game, and then he carried me across stages. I got 1 or 2 on Raven King, but then he just absolutely bodies me. So I get it, man. It's fine. I appreciate you like making me look kind of decent.
Hey, no problem, bro. No problem.
But yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't say my traction's definitely taking off, but like. I mean, I hope I get there. I'm bringing in some, I think, some pretty solid names, and I think it just kind of builds it from there. But I'm definitely happy for you doing well. But like, I like the traction. But the thing I'm scared about right now, right, is obviously there's a lot of talk about TikTok right now. So like, let's just say it disappears. What's your plan from there?
Okay, so I've actually thought about this. I was going to tweet something out recently, but I'm going to do it soon because I don't see a use for what I'm about to tweet out until TikTok is actually at that stage where it's like basically banned. And the reason why it's considered getting banned, I know in at least the US, I don't know about Canada, because Canada, like basically Canada kind of does everything the US does. Like we basically follow suit on like 90% of the decisions we make. Yeah. So like whatever you guys do, we'll probably end up doing, and that's just like the nature of our country. So like it's chill. So if you guys delete TikTok, we're probably deleting TikTok. And what that means is the reason why is because TikTok is insane with the amount of information they steal. Like we all know that like Twitter is gonna like take all your info, and so does Facebook, and so does YouTube. Like we all know this stuff, but like I'm pretty sure TikTok does it to like such an extent that like you could literally spend 3 days on TikTok and TikTok knows literally every piece of information about you. Like they have a profile built up, and also too I believe it's a Chinese app, and that's a big deal right now because apparently like China's stealing all that shit, and apparently it's not good. I don't really know what the specifics are about like China and what they're taking, but obviously like, you know, that much information being taken, like the U.S. government's definitely taken notice of it. Yeah. So, okay, basically, if TikTok gets shut down, which I think is likely in the States to happen, but let's just say it happens, there's a new app that just came out called Triller. And I believe it's run by Tyga, who's like the rapper, like he owns it. Oh, okay. And it's literally, I shit you not, it's the exact same app. Exact same app. It's basically the same everywhere. The homepage looks the same. The menu page looks the same. Like everything looks the same. And I'm pretty sure the app is identical. So what I'm going to do is that if for whatever reason TikTok shuts down, I'll either continue making videos on Triller, that's what the app's called, or what I'll do is I'll just build more into my other socials, because like I have a YouTube channel and I'm at like 1.5k subs or something like that. And my problem is like I have a lot of trouble uploading right now because of the situations in my house. Like my internet is not great, to say the least. I live in a family of 8 people, which is like, I love my family, don't get me wrong. It's just like really hard to upload content when you have 1,000 people talking at once. Like it's a miracle we have not been interrupted yet in this video, if I'm being frank. So that's one thing. And I want to start streaming as well, just the only problem is I don't have the equipment to do so. Like, I need an HD60 because I have an Elgato, but it's like one of the older ones. Yeah. And so I'm on a MacBook, which means like I can't actually stream properly with OBS. So my plan is I have an HD60 coming in. I've already bought it, and oh fuck me, that's been damaged. Oh no, it's gone! Okay, all right, thank God. But I already have the HD60 coming in, which is nice. And then I have a rent up in London, which is where I go to school, right? And so in the summers I'm in Toronto, but in London, I go up there for the school year to like work and stuff like that. But I'm also, it's like way quieter up there, and my internet's insane. So when I go back up to London, I'm actually planning on starting like consistent streams. Because even if TikTok shuts down, or if it doesn't, like I still plan on streaming because I think I can like bring a lot of traction in. And I'm also like a rowdy guy. Like people like that shit.
Oh,
like,
no. People will flock to you. You talk well. You got a personality. People are gonna come watch.
Stop it, bro. You're making me blush out here. Don't do that to me. No, but like, yeah, I already have enough of a following on Twitter where I feel like I could start streaming and guarantee myself like viewers, which is a nice feeling because I feel like a lot of people have to start ground up, which is like certainly hard. Like anyone who's built a career on Twitch, like from scratch is like, I have mad respect for it because honestly, it's a lot of work.
For sure, yeah. And okay, so now we kind of know like what your plan is. But yeah, I mean at least that's good because I wasn't sure if you were just like, I don't know, man, I'm just living day to day. But no, like, at least you have a plan because you definitely got something going on for you right now, and it'd be a shame to kind of just see that go to waste. So I'm happy from at least a fan of the TikToks that you at least got a backup plan.
Appreciate it. It's I don't know what the plan is yet, but we'll see how she goes. Like even if TikTok shuts down and I don't like Triller, I still plan on making like 15-second videos. Like I just still think they're easy to make. People really like them. Like even if the software is or like the app isn't there, I can still figure out a way to do it.
Right. For sure. So yeah, I mean, at least we know what's going on with your TikTok situation there. Hopefully, you know, it all goes smooth and stuff like that. But from there, like, is there any other topics that you wanted to bring up? Like, I know we discussed the whole TikTok thing in general, and that's kind of one of the main reasons why I brought you on. It just also helps that you're also a very good K. Rool player.
Stop. You're too kind, bro. You're too kind. Like, I didn't have anything coming into here. Like, I just assumed we were gonna talk about the TikTok stuff, and then also just like me as a player in Smash. Like, that's kind of what we've all touched on here. Like, I don't think I have anything unless you got anything else you gotta add.
I don't think I do. So I guess we'll kind of finish up this game here, and then we'll kind of go into our final words and thoughts and stuff like that. Man, I wish I could just spike through that. Oh my goodness.
You can. It's just the timing's tight. If you do it on ledge, or if you do it on the stage instead of off the stage, you actually have a better chance of hitting it.
Oh yeah, kind of like a weird 2-frame situation.
Don't jump, you stupid! Oh my god.
Oh man, I realized it really quick. Don't worry about it.
Dude, I swear, that's my favorite thing to do. I'll be playing friendlies with my guys, and I'll just yell, "Don't jump," in the middle of the fucking bracket, and the guy will fucking jump. I'm like, I told you, bro. I gave you ample warning. Should not have done that. Up B kills at like 0 if you hit it right. It's beautiful.
I really wanted that spike, dude. You have no idea. I'll take this instead.
You're fishing for it.
Oh, no.
Oh, you'll take that instead. You got the rear. Don't roll, stupid. What are you doing?
I'll do what all I want, okay? Listen, I told you who I am. I'm a 2-2 player. I'm a little bit above average, okay?
Oh, man. I still got to do it every time. I love calling people out over that shit.
It's all good. It's all good. So, yeah, definitely right there. So, yeah, really appreciate you coming out, man. We got to know who KnucklesUp is. Make sure you put that S in there. He threatened me before we started this, by the way. He said he's already got my location triangulated and he's got shooters.
Got the IP. Yep. Got eyes on it right now. Thanks for having me on, though. I appreciate it. And I'll definitely shout this out on my Twitter for sure.
I appreciate it. But yeah, I'll tag you when it goes up. It might be a couple days from day of recording, but we'll figure it out. It will be up this week, I promise. So
awesome.
Again, any final words, man? Anything else you want to throw out there? Any shout outs or whatever?
Just follow my guy Skiff on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter if you're not following me on Twitter. I got that juicy content. Gonna start streaming soon. Parting words, King K. Rool is not a bad character, and that's all I really have to say.
For sure, yeah. Just give me some of your anything you want them to follow. I'll post the links in the bio for the video. Again,
sure. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming out, man. I really appreciate it. You're a super swell dude. Honestly, I was totally expecting something a little bit different because you know you give off a certain aura in your videos, and I'm sure you're very aware of it.
100%. Yeah. No, I'm a bit different, bro. I told you, every person who meets me, it's a different story. Different story.
For sure. I relate to that on a shitload. But yeah, again, this was Skiff Smasher Showcase featuring KnucklesUp. Again, make sure you follow this guy. I can't say anything more, but yeah, stay good to each other, buds, and yeah, all that good shit. See you later.